Is it recording?
Yes, it is.
Hi. Okay, so there's this lesson that I want to do. Am I in the frame? Okay, so this lesson I really want to do with my students, 5th grade social studies and English lesson. It's going to cover a couple of different standards. And I saved it until this time of the year. I thought about this a couple of months ago, but I saved it to this time of the year because it's the anniversary of the tsunami that happened in Japan. And so this lesson plan that I want to do is like developing or writing a letter or starting a pen pal relationship with some students in Sendai, Japan, where the tsunami took place, right? And so I think it's really important that we encourage our students to be there for people in a time of need when they're suffering, and just kind of lend their emotional support to our students to the students in Japan who are experiencing issues as a result of the tsunami. And it's especially important to us, obviously, because Hawaii, we have a relationship with Japan. Not only like the cultural connection, we have many of our people who live in the state have cultural heritage to Japan, but we also have many Japanese who are first generation living here. We have many immigrant Japanese that are living here in the state, and we also have this connection to tourism. If we didn't have the tourists coming from Japan, our state would look very different. And so maybe we should honor that relationship by sending them a thank you, in a time of need. And so what I want to do is, if you guys are thinking about it, do you guys remember Tsunami Day here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what was going on? What did you guys do? What happened?
Get gas.
You got gas. A lot of people were lined up for gas.
Went online and tried to contact my friends who live in the
Yeah. Yeah, if you have friends, you want to contact those people. What else were people doing?
Finding water, batteries.
Finding water, battery supplies. Anybody have to go anywhere? Anybody have to go to higher ground? Everybody's living away from nobody lives on the beach? We don't have big houses on the beach? No. Obviously, some of us had to go to higher ground, right? We had to get supplies. We had to contact loved ones, right? And those all happened in chronological events. And so one of the standards for this lesson is going to be what happened, and then what happened next, and what happened next. So what happened before the tsunami, what happened after the tsunami, or what happened when the tsunami hit, and then what happened after. And we're going to go through that. That's going to be one of the standards. But how I'm going to keep them on track is I'm going to give them, we're going to do 3 main things. We're going to have this little conversation connected to their lives, and then we are going to read an article. It's a kids article from National Geographic Kids about the tsunami that's going to have some facts and some terms in it. And so what I want them to do is when they find I'm going to give them a list of terms that I want them to define. And when they find those in the article, I want them to read the article, and then I want them to underline or highlight the words. And then we're going to define those. After that, we're going to do a letter where we're going to write using some salutations. Actually, one of the other standards that there is like using language for your audience. And so I'm going to teach some greetings and salutations in Japanese. Okay? I don't speak Japanese. No, just kidding. And so we're going to use, for our letter, we're going to address that letter with a Japanese greeting and also our greeting here. And then we're going to put salutation, we're going to end it with a Japanese salutation and also put the salutation that we would put here. So what would our salutation, greeting and salutation be from Hawaii?
Aloha.
Yeah, it might be aloha. Anybody else think anything else what we might say? Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, great. So thanks and love and all those things we want to express. After we write this letter where they're going to have to compare their experiences with the tsunami, they're going to have to compare like what happened to them on Tsunami Day and kind of express their feelings about what they think the kids are going through in Japan. Then we are also going to design a stamp. So our next kind of extension lesson is going to be designing a stamp with images. I'm going to give them a whole set of different images from Japan and Hawaii, and we're going to pick some images and we're going to create some artwork that we're going to put onto our letters, and then we're going to send them to our students and our pen pals in Sendai. And so, I think that there's adequate motivation. They'll be excited about doing a stamp. They'll be excited about getting a pen pal. And I think there's adequate connection with, the tsunami and with the connection, the cultural history of Hawaii and the residents of Hawaii and the tourism. And then, some of the issues that I may see coming up are it's kind of an emotional topic. Are we at about 5 minutes? Okay. It's an emotional topic, so I might see some of the kids might, be sad because they're friends or family. But also, I think there's a lot going on. So the way that I'm going to plan this has to be very detailed. And that discussion might get long, so I want to keep it to a certain amount of time. And then also maybe there's a few different activities, defining, and I'm not really sure how long each activity is going to take. So I'm going to be well prepared, and I'm just going to try to go through each bit nice and clear and try to get them all in. I might have to have an extra day to do that. But that's my lesson. So thank you very much.